Hi, this is Jim Mann with Homestyle Southern Cooking. It's so nice to be back with you again today. I went to my little farmhouse this morning. Like I told you, we have lots of fruit trees, and I've got key limes over there, and I always have key limes, and these are my favorite. This is as big as they get, but the flavor is so intense in these that it out measures any of the big limes. They're great for limeade, for key lime pies, so I thought, what can I do today? And I said, well, you know what? I'm going to make a key lime cake. So I came home to see what I had in my pantry, and I put it together, and we're going to make a key lime cake today. So what I'm going to start off with is I've just got a basic white cake mix, okay? Now, if I didn't have white and I had yellow, I'd use a yellow cake mix. But I happen to have a white cake mix, and I love bringing you cake mix hacks, things that are completely different. We'll put that in my blender. Also, I've got a half a cup of oil. I'm going to put that in my blender. I have got, let me get a spoon here. I've got 1 cup of plain yogurt. Now, I imagine this would be much better if I had lime yogurt, but I don't have lime yogurt, so I'm just going to use plain yogurt. Use the plain yogurt. To this, I'm going to add 4 eggs. That's 1, 2, 3. All right, I've got my 4 eggs in there. And now before I do anything else, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to mix this up just a little bit. I'm going to start this off on slow. I love bringing y'all different kind of cake hacks, things that you can take and change them around. And the good thing about this, that if I wanted to, if I had lemons, I could do this a lemon cake. If you want to do orange, you could do an orange cake or a mandarin cake. This is just a basic recipe that you could change to do so many different ones. Okay, let's stop that for a second. Now, I've got my limes here, and I want to end up with about, I've got 1 tablespoon of lime zest. So I'm just going to zest it for a few minutes. Get the zest off of this lime. So I think I've got about a tablespoon here. And we're going to put this in here. I tell you, the little key limes, they're amazing. And they just produce almost year round. And the tree is just, the poor little tree is just so burdened down with the limes on it, because sometimes they're a cluster of 10 or 15 in one cluster. Okay. Make sure I get it off in the back here. Now, that looks to me to be like about a tablespoon, okay? So I'm going to take that and I'm going to put that in my mix here. Okay, the next thing I want to do is I'm going to take these limes and I'm going to cut them in half. And I want to get about 3 or 4 tablespoons of lime juice. So I'm doing this all, I could have done this ahead of time, but I wanted to do it in front of you so you could see what I was doing. That's almost a tablespoon. I'll put a little bit more. Okay, that's 1 good tablespoon of lime juice. So that took 1 little key lime to get a tablespoon. So I'm going to cut another one, and we'll do the same thing. And this is such a simple recipe to do, because it's just a basic cake mix. Well, I spilled most of that one. A basic cake mix, and whatever you have limes or lemons, oranges. Okay, there's another tablespoon. And now I need to get one more lime. Okay, now we'll put all this aside. And I'm gonna wipe up here a little bit. And then we're gonna turn this back on. Boy, the lime juice smells really incredible. Now, what I'm gonna do, you don't have to do this, but I just felt like in the mood. I thought I'm making a lime cake. I want it to look sort of limey, so I'm gonna put I want just a hint of green in it. So when I cut it, it's just got a slight hint of green. And it won't take much, so that's why I'm gonna let it mix really good before another drop. And that'll probably be it. Okay, I end up putting 4 drops in there. And I don't know whether you can tell or not, but it's a real light lime color. It's a really pretty shade of lime. So I don't know if these lights you can see or not, but anyhow. So I'm gonna scrape this down first. Make sure that there's no batter on the bottom, like I tell you. Then I'll put up one of my bundt pans. And I got my spray here. I'm gonna shake it a little bit. And I'm gonna spray my bundt pan. Let me take this off. Let me get all the batter off that I can. And take this loose. Now my oven is set at 350. And this is probably going to bake for about 35, 40 minutes, but I'll let you know it when I come back. Sometimes you need an extra pair of hands in the kitchen. That's why I need you here. Y'all, I need one of y'all here to come help me. We'd have a fun day. We'd make all sorts of fun things. Of course, we'd have to have coffee too. I mean, and if you don't drink coffee, I could get you a Coke or a tea or a glass of wine or whatever your preference is, but I would definitely have to have my coffee. If you see at the bottom here, there was a little bit of the cake mix stick, so that's why it said stir it really good from the bottom. I want to get all of this out of here that I can. Okay. Let me set this out of the way. And sort of spread this around the middle. And I'm going to shake this just a little bit. And get this a little bit off the side here. Okay, so my oven's been preheating at 350. So I'm going to put this in the oven now, and I'll be back in about 30, 35 minutes. Our lime cake box hack is out of the oven. It was in the oven about 30, 35 minutes, and it turned out beautiful. Look at the color. It's really fantastic. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to set to the sides, and I'm going to make a really simple glaze to put on top of it. I'm going to start off with about a cup of powdered sugar or glass sugar. Put it in my bowl here. Okay, I'm going to start off with that. Then I've got about 2 tablespoons of butter. I'm going to put that in here. 2 tablespoons of butter. And then I've got some more lime juice that I squeezed. I've got about maybe 2 tablespoons of lime juice. I'll put just a little bit in that to start off. And I'm going to mix this around a little bit because it doesn't take much for this to make the powdered sugar really soft really quick. Okay, I'm going to add just a little bit more. This smells really good with the lime juice in here. Okay, now it's a pretty good consistency right now that it will stay on the cake. That's a pretty good consistency. I might put just a tad more in there. You'd be really careful when you're putting your liquids with your powdered sugar because it just makes it soft so quick. Okay, that's much better. That's a little bit thicker. All right, so what I did is I took a Ziploc bag. I've got it right here. I'm going to put it in my Ziploc bag. And we'll put my icing in my Ziploc bag. As much of it as I can get out of here. Oh boy, up close. It smells so good with this lime juice. Okay, take this out and shake it into one corner. Bring my cake over here, then I'm going to push this down to one corner. Then we'll take the scissors and I'm going to cut a little tiny end at the end of it off. And then I'm going to take it and I'm just going to go back and forth over top of my cake. And I think that's just about all I'm going to do with as far as icing on this right here. Now, what I did is I did a little bit more lime zest. We'll take a little bit of the lime zest and put just a little bit more of the lime zest around the top of it. And to make it really festive, I just happen to have some green sugar. You can get colored sugar. I've got some green sugar, and I'm going to sprinkle some of that on the top of it. And there is our cake box hack that we made, our lime cake box hack. Like I said, you can make a lemon, you can make orange, or any flavor that you wanted. I hope you'll try this. Thank you so much for following me on Facebook and subscribing to me on YouTube. I really appreciate your support. You're my family, you're my support system. I wish you were here with me. We'd have a cup of coffee or a glass of wine or whatever, and we would share this. I can't wait to cut into it, and I wasn't going to do it right now, but since you're here, I think I'm going to cut into it so we can see what it looks like. Okay, we're going to cut it and see what this tastes like. Look at that pretty green color all the way through, and look how soft that is. You see that, how soft it is? Wow. All right, the true test. You can really taste the lime. That'd be a beautiful cake to serve for dessert. Get some lime sherbet and serve with it, or some orange sherbet, a different color. It's really light. It'd be a great cake for dessert, or just with coffee. Once again, thanks for following me. You take care of yourself. Give yourselves a great big hug, and know that I'm thinking about you. Until next time, this is Jim in Mexico saying, God bless.